There we go. There we go. So once again, we want to welcome everyone here to this meeting. We have a very special guest today. She's known as AAA. She's awesome, Annette Arsenault. So her name is Annette Arsenault. She is, and I put this down here, a functional medicine health coach. She is phenomenal in this team. She's building the business like crazy. And we said, hey, would you mind sharing a little bit about the product, a little bit about the company, and then we're going to cover a little bit more about the business. Ben and I are both not health coaches from a standpoint. We should be, but we're not certified anyway. But really, we're not doctors. My wife's an attorney from business. I do business marketing. But again, the biggest part of this is we want to share this amazing, awesome product with you. So we're going to be sharing some information on the products and information from a business standpoint. And I know my wife usually, as the attorney, has other things, other announcements. Anything else you want to mention?
So we are not medically trained. So we're not here to tell you that this product actually heals you or gives you any miracles, but we do know that it's helping a lot of our friends heal naturally from the inside out. Also, if you're here for the first time, please put in the chat who invited you.
Yep.
And please make sure to get back with the person that invited you. We're obviously available if you have our number to connect with us afterwards and ask us any questions, but we're going to get through the presentation. The first half is going to be about the product. The second half is the opportunity. If you're not interested in the opportunity, you're more than welcome to jump off. But yeah, welcome and thank you for joining us.
So with no further ado, Annette, if you want to share your screen and jump on and tell a little bit about you and about the product, that would be amazing. So thank you for co-hosting with us today. So that's awesome.
Great, absolutely. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, great. Let me get this out of here too. So, okay. All right. So can you see me? I don't know if I'm coming in or what. Okay.
Perfect.
So,
yep.
So yeah, I am a functional medicine health coach, and which is one of the reasons why I thought this was so awesome, because I deal in helping the body heal itself. So, and that's what this does. Like Mena said, this product itself doesn't do the job. It's what it helps our body do that will do the job. So that's awesome. So to get started, have you been patched? So just a little bit quickly about how I heard about it. My cousin actually ended up calling me. Some of you might know who he is. That's Josh Holdaway. But he called me and asked if I would take a look at something he had found, and he thought I'd be really interested in it because of what I do. And so he got me on the phone with no one other but that Greg. So we got on the phone. He explained it. I thought, this sounds incredible. If it does half of what it says it does, I think I can help a lot of people with this. So I got in, and it's kind of history from there. So I hope that after today, you will find that you really want to give this a try and share it with others too, because I just think it's really incredible. So a little bit about let me see, can I get this to, oh, here we go. Okay, just want to make sure everything's working okay. So about the product itself and the inventor, David Schmidt, being the inventor and CEO of the company, which is unusual. I've not been around any of the other companies where that is basically the case, where the inventor is also CEO of the company. So, and he's very intelligent. He's got over 130 patents. I know a couple of people who have patents, but beyond that, I don't really even know the process and stuff like that. So that's pretty impressive, I thought. Scientist and inventor specializing in age reversing. So in 2004, he started doing, he had a project with the Navy SEALs, I believe. And then so he made this patch for them to have energy. And that's kind of like where this technology started with him. And then in 2008, as a lot of us may remember, that's when kind of the stem cell thing kind of ramped up and more people got really into what that could do for us. Of course, there was a couple of hiccups in that as far as like where they were getting them from and all that kind of stuff. So that's where his attention went after that. So he focusing on the stem cell research for that time frame. And so 10 years later and $4.5 million, here comes the X39. And so that is it's a pretty incredible technology as far as being able to increase a copper peptide in our blood in order to be able to create our make our stem cells reactivate is incredible. So in the patent, because that's one of the things I have learned more about patents about and getting involved with this too, is that you cannot get a patent on something unless it does what you say it does. So one of the most important things in the big long patent that you can find, you can look at the number there at the top. It's, if you really want to look it up yourself and do that research on the website that we will talk about in a little bit too, or Greg and Mena will, you can find the copy of that patent and stuff too. All the information is there. It's incredible. But being able, the results of elevating copper peptide, including activation of stem cells, improvement in energy, and elevation of antioxidants. All of those things seem to be the things that, you know, most people are talking about, especially energy wise. Being able to increase your energy is huge. And how that actually happens is the part that I find out is cool. I'm a little nerdy that way because I love to read that stuff. But how this does that is really amazing. But if you're like me and you like to do that deep dive, all that information is there for you to look at. But there's the basics right there for us, and that's incredible. So next, why X39 stem cell activation patch? So as most of us know, as we age, lots of things start to decline, and stem cell activity tends to be, it's one of those things. So we're all experiencing the symptoms of aging. So at 30 years old, about half of our stem cells are inactive. And I really actually didn't know that specifically. I mean, I know that all that activity slowed down and all the aging process that we all have to deal with happens. You know, for me, like digestive stuff starts to slow down, all kinds of things that I help people deal with in my job. But 30% gone, or 50% at 30 are gone. That's pretty young. That's very young. So I'm approaching 60. So at 60, 2 to 10%, I wasn't really happy with that either. You know, I thought I was doing a pretty good job, and I thought, you know, it doesn't matter all the healthy things that I'm doing. I mean, it matters. Everybody should do that still. You should still eat good. I, you know, encourage everybody, do all of the healthy things that you can do, you know, do those habits, hydrate, do all those good things for yourself. But like one other health coach that I know, she talks about health stacking, and I totally agree with that. Let's do all the things that we can do to live the healthiest, most vital, energetic life that we can, because people in our lives need us, you know, and we all need to be about the Lord's business and, you know, doing the things that God has called us to do. And I was super excited about another thing, one of the biggest things that we can really do in this patch and to help ourselves do exactly that. So, and next, how X39 works. So super simple. It's a proprietary form of phototherapy. And if lots of us have heard, that's kind of a thing that's up and coming, and or has been for a while. There's lots of different types of phototherapy out there. We had some in the clinic that I worked in and stuff like that, but a lot of it can be very expensive and very targeted. But phototherapy really is just like we get from the sun. That's one of the examples I like to use with people. You know, we go out in the sun and it hits our skin, and we all know we get what? Vitamin D. And it works basically the same way. The sun itself does not create the vitamin D. It's a reaction, same thing in our blood. It's a type of cholesterol that's elevated in our blood that starts that chain reaction for the receptors for vitamin D. So it's pretty amazing. And this basically does the same thing. It reflects light off of our own body, because our body has its own light heat signature. So we can put that on our skin. It reflects back into the body like a mirror, and that transaction starts to happen. And so again, all the studies that are there that show about that elevation of copper peptide in our blood and it activating our stem cells, all of that is in the research that's on the website that we'll talk about in a little bit. So it reflects the light back into your body. It's non-transdermal, which again is fantastic because it's not going to interfere with anything. Like whenever you can do something that's really great for your body, that elevates all the good things in your body and anti-inflammatory, and it doesn't mess with anybody's medication, that's a big win. So no drugs or chemicals, stimulants, non-invasive. It's not going to do anything but what it's meant to do, and it's not going to interfere with anything. So that is amazing as well. So it doesn't put anything in your skin. There's not stem cells in it. It just does that job of reflecting that light, our heat signature, with the nanocrystals that are in there within the patch, that frequency to start that amazing transaction. So the benefits of X39. So I would say at this point, I have, I was introduced to it last August, and I have pretty much increased all of these things, increased strength. I work out pretty regularly. And here's the funny thing, just as a little fun story. I have a water thing above my sink that I fill all the time. And you kind of have to lean a little over the sink and lift your arm up and put your, the water in the thing. And, sometimes you lift your arm up and you feel like not quite as strong, like this shouldn't be that hard. And I just know that simple movement, even like you don't even think about it. Like it doesn't, it's not difficult on the lower back to lean over the sink like that, or, there's sometimes you don't notice those small things that became a little bit more difficult, or you feel a little bit more weak. That increased strength, just even in those small things. My workouts are better. I can do more push-ups, so I can keep my arms looking nice. But anyway, but reduced inflammation as well, increased stamina, energy and vitality. The energy is great. Keeping up with things throughout the day. At my age, I was doing the little slump thing in the afternoon, and that doesn't really happen anymore. Mental clarity. And here's one for some of you, if you're around my age or not, like those things where like you go to write a number down and you have to look at it several times before you end up putting it all on the paper. And what's going on? Like, why can't I? And that doesn't happen anymore. Even just those kind of small things that you realize you're kind of back on top of your game, and I really just love that. Restored muscle and skeletal conditions, improved sleep was a big one for me too. Waking up in the middle of the night, trying to get back to sleep at 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. It's crapshoot. Is it going to happen? Is it not going to happen? And now I don't have that issue. If I do wake up, I fall back to sleep. It's not a big deal. It's amazing. And then improved skin appearance. I've had that too. I actually met with a friend not that long ago, and I was telling her how my skin feels better and all that kind of stuff. And I was going to start to describe what a weird way that I describe it. And she goes, yeah, your skin looks thicker. I said, thicker? I said, that's exactly what I was going to say, but I think people think that's weird when I say that. So, but yeah, because when you get older, your skin starts to seem like a little crepier or thinner. And I feel the health in my skin, that extra collagen production that this provides. So that's awesome as well. So achieving optimal health, a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being is the goal across the board when you have all these things happening, and they really do happen. Like almost everybody I talk to, these are the general things that everybody realizes, and it's really amazing. All right, so here is a topography map of somebody's brain that they did these tests. There's a longer test on this that you can see if you're really kind of into this part of it. I help with the class, and we kind of help people that are looking at keeping brain health for dementia and Alzheimer's and those kind of things. So, and inflammation of the brain is a big part of that. So this is a really cool study. So this woman is 77 years old, and this is the first session is without the patch. So you can see the inflammation, the bright color red, even the blue and stuff is a little bit of that part of that. So before the patch, and then 6 weeks later, they put the patch on her, either, I don't know if it was behind the neck or below the belly button, but she wore it for 3 weeks. And then you've got the second session there. So you can see all the redness is gone. And that's pretty amazing for 3 weeks to get that kind of results is awesome. So, so no more inflammation, improved brain coherence. And then you go to 3 more weeks. So a total of 6. And look at that. I mean, there's even the bright blue, because that is some of it, but it's also, there's no red. And when you understand how important the brain is, because there is, even in my business, there's a gut-brain barrier. We do a lot of these things that have to do with how our brain, because our brain's what communicates to the rest of our body. It actually functions with our immune system and everything. So when you don't have that inflammation in your brain, this is kind of a bigger step than most people might even understand scientifically and all that kind of stuff, like I said, with what I do. So this is pretty significant that you can take that down. I think that's why a lot of things happen, because our brain can communicate with the rest of our body so much better. And I really think that's why a lot of things, in my opinion, why a lot of things happen so quickly for some, and then just working on those other things internally, because we all don't have an immediate response, but there's definitely things going on because your body's going to start communicating better pretty much right away. So, so let's see. It can be okay, she came. I just want to make sure we covered everything on that slide. So that is amazing. So long-term effects, we covered all the things that kind of happen right away. In case studies, again, there's the site that thisisItinfo.com. If you want to do a bit of a deep dive and go in and find that patent, look at those studies, you can find all of that stuff there. I absolutely love the testimony page. There's a new tab they put up there of all the testimonies are just incredible. And the thing I love about it the most is that across the board, being able to see all the different things it can do for people. You know, it's like people say, well, will it do this or will it do that? Our immune system is fantastic when you give it the tools to work with. So you can see just the range of things that happen in people's bodies because they've just given it the tools that it needs to work. And I just love that. So what happens? The first few days, 4,000 genes begin to reset. So I think we've all talked about, like, you've heard the things about resveratrol and wine. That kind of became a big thing. Everybody started drinking more wine, which I don't recommend, but people will do it. But that's a 2-gene reset. So 4,000 is pretty huge. You know, you definitely don't want to be drinking that much wine for sure. And then within 6 weeks, here comes that brain becomes balanced thing. I'll just, for a second here, brain balance, I kind of wanted to talk about what happened. One of the things that happened with me, and that was that I had surgery. And after that surgery, I ended up with being very dizzy. I woke up being very dizzy the next day. I actually even passed out. And it was just something that would happen and recur. It ended up with a ticking in my right ear that actually started to happen as well. And that was like 2015. And it only happened every once in a while, but early last year in 2023, it started happening more often. And now, mind you, I work for and with chiropractors. I do all the anti-inflammatory things and could not figure out what the deal was with that. So I noticed, I really didn't even think about dealing with that issue. But when it hasn't happened one time this year so far. So I think it was the end of the year last year that I realized I hadn't really had it in a little bit, but I've not had any of that this year. And that's pretty incredible because, like, I couldn't even stand and watch things spinning, and it would make me a little dizzy, make me a little nauseous. So, and I really, that's got to be the brain balancing thing, something, you know, they say sometimes when you have surgery, you can, your brain can even, the anesthesia, that's kind of the reason why they hold you in recovery for a while, to make sure that you clear that out of your system so that you're good. But, you know, you can hang on to some of that stuff in your system. So you never know. I think that's kind of what might have set mine off, but just conjecturing. But that brain balancing thing, like I said, it is a big deal. I mean, for that benefit alone, I think almost anybody I would be grateful for anybody being able to get that kind of result in working with them in what I do. So in 3 months, your collagen's increased. So again, we love that hair, skin, and nail things, us ladies, even men, but we're strung together with collagen. You know, we need that for our skeletal system and for us to operate and be pliable and, you know, not get injured as horribly when we do have an incident or anything like that. So collagen's a big deal too. So again, super important. And then within 6 months, the heart reverses in age. I don't know how you put a price tag on that. I think that's amazing. Anytime that you can increase heart health, it's like one of the biggest killers they say these days is heart health. So we want to do everything that we can do in that arena to keep ourselves in good shape. So I recommend, I mean, just these 4 things alone, never mind the scads of other things that it has shown to do for people, is amazing. So again, like they say, it's not really anti-aging as is reverse aging, because when you can take yourself, turn those stem cells back on and kind of bring us back to a stage of health, whole health, it doesn't get any better than that. So, all right. So how to wear the X39. 12 hours on, 12 hours off. And then you put it on in the morning, take it off at night, throw it away. They do show, you know, below the belly button or on the back of the neck like that in the literature. When they do clinical trials, there has to be a constant when they do those kind of tests, so that they recommended those. I think those spots are great. But as the inventor and CEO David Schmidt says, put it where it hurts or put it anywhere. But I do tend to wear mine in those spots unless I do have a specific something that's going wrong. I over-exercised before and stuck it on my shoulder when I kind of pulled that a little bit, and it works great. But yeah, so 12 hours on, 12 hours off, set an alarm if you need to. I have noticed myself needing to get back to doing that because I keep forgetting to take it off some nights. So I need to go back to my alarm, and then put on a new patch the next day. And you can wear more than one at a time. I always recommend just start with that, see how you do, because maybe you don't need to. Maybe, maybe if you need something else, you can add that later. But I would definitely start with the one and go from there. And drink plenty of water, because whenever your body rebalances, you can have a detox effect, which is not a bad thing. Because whenever I take people through protocols, oftentimes that is what happens, but that's just because our body needs to reset. And sometimes it's got to get rid of some garbage. So that can happen. Not as often. I haven't seen too many people that happen with at all. But if it does happen, just know, I always recommend push through it, drink more water, get some electrolytes in, take pinches of sea salt or Celtic salt, get those extra minerals in, because that's what helps our cells absorb the hydration. One little tip: if you're drinking a lot of water, you say, I drink plenty of water, but you're just kind of going to the bathroom all the time, you need more minerals. That's really a sign that you need more minerals. So go ahead and get more of that in, and you'll find that you don't have to go to the bathroom as often, and your body will start to hang on to that hydration and any kind of detox effect, no matter what it is that you're doing, because you might be doing other things, but you'll have less of an effect if you get those minerals in and hydrate well. So I will share right now, like my testimony initially in this was, I had a car accident 4 years prior to finding out about this. And again, working with all the things that I had available to me, I had this burning, serious discomfort in the middle of my back with the muscles burning, sitting long times like this at a computer at work. Long car rides were not fun. I became very fidgety, it was really bothersome. So 6 days in, it really stopped. I had a big test. I drove with a friend, drove a moving truck up to Louisville, Kentucky, thought, I'm going to do this, but I know I'm going to feel what I'm going to feel like when I'm done. And I got home and I did not have any of that. That was my first big thing. Then the sleeping kicked in, the skin kicked in. I actually had a sty thing in my eye for a little while. And well, actually, I'd been there for quite some time. I wasn't really sure how long it had been there. And I realized after a little bit that was gone. So all these other little things started to kick in. And then I said, like by the end of the year, that was August to December, the dizziness, all of that had really subsided and haven't had it since. Wound healing, I had hit my eye. I probably could have gotten a stitch, but I didn't. And I had this scar right there, and I don't really see it anymore. So really excited about that, because that's not great to have a scar right there in your eye, but just multiple things. Sometimes there's so many of those little things. I should have wrote more of them down, but I didn't. But I'm just feeling good, having the energy that I have. I'm just so excited to be able to offer this to people. And I really would encourage you guys to do the same. We're supposed to have, is Dinah on here? She was going to share. She's been having, yep, she's on. Okay. All right, Dinah.
I've been listening the whole time.
Great.
Hey.
Great. Go ahead.
Okay. I don't see myself, so I hope y'all can see me. But for me, I met Annette. This is one of those God intervention things, because she wasn't going to come to this meeting that I was participating in, and I was new and blah blah blah. Anyway, so she stands up and says, what she does, certified health professional in the functional arena, and I'm like, bam, that's you and me, honey. We're gonna be hooking up after this. And that's when she told me about the X39. And I'd never heard, obviously I'd heard of stem cell injections and what stem cells can do for the body and the whole informational scene with that. Never had I heard about a wearable device. So she shows me what it is. And I'm just like everybody else. I'm like, that little Band-Aid. I mean, come on now. But the more she talked, I thought, okay, that's fine. So I went home and I did my due diligence, as I always do. I got down into the rabbit holes and I did my research. And so I called her up and I said, hey, guess what? I really would like to get started on this ASAP. So she and her husband came and met with my husband and my stepdaughter, who was visiting from San Francisco, in the back parking lot of Sam's Club. We had a little back parking lot deal going on because I told her, I said, I want to sign up right away. And so she gave me her patches. Of course, I paid her back and all that. But it's, I'm from Missouri. You got to show me. And but I knew what she had, what she was telling me in this technology. It was just blowing my mind. And so she gave me a little bit of her testimony and I'm like, okay, but you still got to show me, right? So we get started on the patch, and I had every indication of having to get ready for a full left hip replacement. 3 years ago, I had a full right hip replacement, and all of my indications were the same. And I thought, I just don't want to have to go through this again. But it was so bad that I wasn't able to be in the gym. And that's just not acceptable for me. I got to be in the gym, working out and taking care of myself. Couldn't do that. I teach ladies how to shoot pool. Couldn't do that because I couldn't bend over the pool table properly. That was a hot mess. At any rate, 3 days, the third morning when I woke up, happened to be a Sunday morning. And I said, whoa, I really slept good last night. And I was in a deep sleep still when I got up, and I thought, no, this just can't be right. But my hip, I had 80 to 90% relief in my hip. And I was amazed. So I'm walking around, I'm kind of putting weight on it and testing it out. But by the end of the week, I was 100% on my hip back in the gym. And that was such a miracle. Now, at the same time, on that third morning, just because this is my MO, I get up and I wear a CGM, which is a continuous glucose monitor, so that I can check my glucose continually because it fluctuates so badly. So anyway, I get up, that's what I do first thing in the morning. And I put that reader on and I looked at it. And I'm like, And I was so thinking about my hip that I just put it down because I thought, Dinah, this, you're not awake yet. This can't be right. Well, guess what? That reader, I tested it and kept testing it. And it was 100% right, because to this very day, my glucose levels have dropped 10 to 20 points across the board. And in actuality, they're even coming down little by little, even more than that. But that first jump was like, I thought my reader was broken. So I knew that I had something golden. And that was just the start of it. Didn't really pay too much attention because when I put the patch on, I thought, well, I don't really feel anything, which is typical. Some people feel a little tingling, but I put it on my, my C7, and that's that bump at the back of your neck. And I always have tingling there due to some neuropathy in my neck and some old injuries. And I just didn't feel anything because I thought, same thing. Well, guess what? Now, I'm on it more than 3 months now. My husband and my family members are, but I don't have that tingling at all in my neck. That was something I just had to deal with. And all of that neuropathy's gone. So I was like, whoa, it just keeps happening. It just keeps happening. Energy, it's through the roof. I mean, I'm 70 and I probably act like a 10-year-old at times, but and the mental clarity, I mean, from Annette knows and has seen me in my class, but when the class participants are firing questions at me, because it's a very interactive health and wellness class, and I'm a functional nutritionist. So nutrition is like the hardest thing for people to get. And so when oops, I think I just lost my phone. When people are firing questions at me, then I realize that, I don't have to stop anybody. Everybody can stay excited and in the moment, because I can say, okay, that question. Now let's go back to the question I had 4 questions ago, and I can remember all of that and just keep firing. So it's not only energy. I know it's not only energy and vitality in my body that I feel, but that mental clarity is on fire with energy and vitality in my brain. And since I'm a rabbit hole digger and I like to research and go down all of those various pathways, my retention is amazing. And I just can't soak it up enough. And in my workouts, it takes me, like, I'm not sore the next day. That's always been my big indicator. I just got back from my workout this morning, and I'm not tired, I'm not sore. The big indicator is always, what do you feel like the next day, right? I haven't had any residual muscle soreness, so my recovery has been a lot faster. And I know I'm increasing my strength because I'm benching 25-pound dumbbells, and I haven't been able to do that yet. I hadn't been able to reach that yet, and I just got back in the gym. So I'm just like, whoa. And the sleep.
That's awesome, Dinah. So great.
Yep. So I cannot recommend it enough to everybody for just every reason.
Thanks, Dinah.
You're
You're
welcome.
the best.
So are you.
All right. Do you want me to continue? We'll go through the rest of these slides. Okay. So on the other side of this, let me get rid of this out of my screen so I can see. One of the other things right here in Tampa, we have Adam Schneider. He was at the conference last year. He is in this area, laser, facial plastic surgery, very well known. People come from all over the place to see him. And he discovered that using the X39, he actually has put it in his protocols to have people use it 30 days prior and at least 3 months after, and watched the recovery time basically be cut down, less than half of what it used to be. And obviously a lot of people they'll stay on it afterwards, because obviously they're going to start to see different benefits besides just the healing potential. We have Dr. Leland Stillman. He is practiced down here in Naples, Florida. He is the video that's on the thisisit.info.com. I recommend that everybody go watch his video. It's incredible. He is an expert in phototherapy, and he didn't know about this. So once he dove into it and found out what this is really all about, he's all about it. One of the other things that I love that he has said as well is that collagen production wise, that there's really, like, you can do all the powders and this, that, and the other, and that can be good for your gut and, just to get in extra protein and stuff like that. But as far as actual collagen production, that there isn't anything that he knows of that produces better collagen than this does. Again, very exciting. Let's see what that one went. Here is a bit of a testimonial. This lady did do some logging of her, what was going on with her as far as collagen production. There's day 1, day 42, 355 days later. That's incredible. And then here is her today. As you can see, they do look like they're related, but maybe an older, younger sister situation. I don't know, but she looks incredible. Like, just the anti-inflammatory properties of this alone and what it can do to your appearance. This is pretty incredible. Look at the bruising there on this guy. Went through the rafters, fell through the ceiling, broke 6 ribs, punctured his lung, extreme discomfort. That's one way of putting it. But then the healing, oops, I went too fast. I don't know where it went. I can't get back to that screen. Oh, my things are covered. Sorry. But anyway, his healing time was incredible. Like, to get rid of that much bruising was really wild. I actually have it on a friend of mine right now who's going through something like that. Here's another testimony. Whenever things are done, I know stuff about, like, what happens when your liver is clogged up and different things that happen, some of these skin issues that can happen. This is pretty incredible to go from that to that with this. I mean, some serious balancing, some really good detoxing things has got to have happened. That's incredible. This guy right here is another like that. The lady, I like this one because inflammation, again, like that, what's in that man's face, what you see, those bigger bags, and then how he looks almost a year later. that's what taking down inflammation and balancing your system can do for you. To do it like that in that incredible way, that's so amazing. That's so amazing. So those are the ones that the testimonies that we have to share today. Again, this is at info. At this point, I think Greg and Mena are going to take back over and talk a bit more about the business side of it. But thanks for letting me share today and talk about what I love, health and wellness. And I recommend to you all, try it, share it with your friends and family. In my opinion, with what I do, I feel we're in a health crisis and everybody needs to know about this. There's not someone who doesn't need to know. I just do them a favor and share it with them. So thanks so much. And Greg and Mena, back to you. Let me say I have to unshare, I think.
Fantastic.
Great.
That's awesome.
I have to
That's
stop my share. Okay, here we go.
I just got mine. There we go. Well, perfect. Yeah, so that's awesome. And that's, thank you for sharing. And I love hearing you talk because you share so much great information, about obviously health and wellness in general. I'm writing down tips. I'm going, oh my goodness, I just put great tips.
Yeah.
But even the thing you talk about, the Celtic salt, I was watching a video last night talking about, again, make sure you use those minerals. We need magnesium. We need, all the different things we need to basically help our cells to basically hydrate. And it's pretty amazing. Like I said, we're learning the same as everybody. And so what Annette was talking about, if you want to see some of the testimonies, go to thisisatinfo.com. Yeah, and click on the testimonies. It's actually at the very top. You have the drop down. You'll see the testimonies on there. You click on that, you'll see it be all the different things. And they're adding more and more and more and more and more. So again, we hear people's testimonials every single day.
So
And it's pretty powerful.
If you haven't received the website, please take this down. Thisisatinfo.com. And you can go and look at all this information there for yourself and do as much research or as little as you want to.
Yes, and so I was looking at that you and Dinah are like a tag team powerhouse, which is awesome. What Dinah was also talking about, the memory retention, the workouts, the different things. But she talked about being a hot mess. That was me. I was a hot mess before using this product. And again, you start seeing the benefits from this. We have over 20 things. In fact, it reminded me. I used to have the same burning sensation because I had a car accident also, but always my neck was always tense and it burned. It was just horrible. I haven't had that in years. Probably like 18 plus months, which is pretty amazing. So we're going to kind of shift now because we want to talk also about the opportunity behind this because we're trying to get the word out. Again, the company itself is growing like crazy. We'll talk a little bit about that. But I know for me, 2 years ago, the number one thing was better health. That was something that I was struggling every day with pain. I had a car accident, damaged my neck, my shoulder, my back. I had a knee injury, a hip injury. 3 days later, after putting this patch on the back of my neck, literally no knee pain, no hip pain, no shoulder pain, no neck pain, no back pain. I'm like, what in the world is this? How does this work? And literally, when that started happening, I said, man, we can help a lot of people. And then one thing that we hear from people all the time is they like the idea of freedom. They like the idea. That was me. That was after I got my health better. I said, man, I want to be free from my job. And within 14 months, because of the help of my wife and us working together with the team that we're working with, we literally were able to accomplish where I could walk away from my job. I replaced my 6-figure income. And now we got a multiple 6-figure income coming in. And so if you understand opportunity, we're not talking from theory. We're talking about real life applications, real life, what we do, how we do it, and how we're blessing people all around the world. We now got business, I think, in
25
countries around the world. It's amazing. One of the things a lot of people talk about today is security. People say, I need a second income. So one of the big things we're hearing, like Forbes magazine talked about this, they said the average person needs to make an extra $1,000 a month just to keep up with the inflation from the past 2 years. So if you haven't gotten $1,000 a month increase on your job, guess what? You can give yourself a pay increase, and we're going to teach you about that. But our job is to help people get less debt, really want to eliminate debt. We're helping a lot of people this year become debt-free. And that's a big thing we're doing. But again, when you do have time and you have things, you can spend time with your family, travel, do different things. And we've been doing that all year long. It's been absolutely amazing. I had a friend said to me, he goes, what's it like to be free? I said, it's better than you think. Because I had a very stressful job. It was not exactly what I wanted to do. The whole company shifted and changed. So so much pressure. And I said, no mas. So you want to talk a little about the company?
So the company itself is a 19-year-old company. They're actually going to be 20-year-old in October, September time period. And we had never heard of Lifewave. That's the company name. But the one thing that really blew me away was that they went from a $20 million company in around about the 2021 period. And then they grew to 320 million US because of the introduction of this product in 2020. Okay. and then closed at about 430 million last year, predicted to close at about 700 million US this year. So what are we seeing? A pattern of growth because of the X39, and they predicted to be $1 billion company next year, opening over now, it's almost 80 countries around the world.
Yeah.
And the thing that I love a lot about this, you know, we all know small business owners, people who are doing skincare, weight loss, essential oil, CBDs, great products. We use a lot of supplements from small business owners and hair care, skincare. But, you know, when someone is approaching me with a skincare product, I'm usually like inclined to stay with mine because I love it so much. And, you know, it takes a lot of convincing to try and change me and to switch to someone else's skincare. And so we call those Me Too products. Nothing wrong with them because we use them. We use toothpaste, we use skincare, we use hair care, supplements. But when I share the X39 with someone, oh my goodness, it's like, oh my gosh, where do you get it? How quickly can I get it? I've never heard about it before. And so this is the great thing that we have. It's exclusive. And we loved it so much. His result was phenomenal. We were going to talk to everybody. Just like Annette said, you want to do everybody a favor and share this with them. So we thought, oh my goodness, if there's an opportunity around this, we're going to be blessed in any event. So let's go share, tell all our friends and family, let them be blessed, experience it. And what did David Schmidt decide to do? He's like, I'm going to compensate you guys for being my marketers.
Yeah. Yeah. And you think about it, my background's in marketing. So a lot of people spend, literally think about a company. If they were to launch this product, it would cost hundreds of millions of dollars with the advertising just to get the word out so people would understand what it is. Yet you and I can make it a lot easier. And instead of them paying them hundreds of millions, they're paying us, basically the people who are brand partners. And we'll talk a little bit more about that. So the biggest parts of this is the company is the fastest growing network in the world. So if you understand anything about networking and things like that, they're the number one momentum ranked company in the world today. So per business, basically Business for Home, they track all these different companies. And so this is basically something they also won an award by the Direct Sales News, basically 2024 Global Bravo Award, because of being the fastest growing company over the past 4 years. They take the companies and see what companies grown the fastest over the past 4 years, not just 1 year, but the past 4 years. They said it's unheard of for a company that's basically going into the 20th year now to win this type of award, because most of the companies that win this award are startups, because their very first year they start at zero and they grow from there. Well, guess what happened? Our company basically was almost a 20-year-old, it still is today, almost a 20-year-old secret that nobody knows about. 9 out of 10 people we talk to, they don't even know this company, know anything about it. We didn't know anything about it. As we started researching, as I started going, oh my goodness, what is this company? How does this work? I'll never forget the lightning bolt moment. I'm going, oh my goodness, this is a real product. This is a real technology. This really works. I heard David Schmidt talk about a wearable technology that literally how it works is just phenomenal. So again, we talk about, again, the company, but also our team. We're part of what they call This Is It team. Steve and Gina Merritt, they're in the picture back here. They basically have built massive teams in this industry. And they said, you know, we're going to build it here. And they've been building a massive team. Literally about, I think the last number I heard was 175,000 people on their team in less than 2 years, all around the world. We're a small part of their team. We have thousands of people on our team personally, but we've never have been able to have success like this. But when you start sharing something and care more about the person, saying, hey, I don't care if you're part of the business or not, just utilize this. And then people going, can I share this with my friends, my family? I'm getting text messages. We're sitting here, people are talking to other people and texting me saying, hey, I just spoke to this person, Can we talk to them? I'm like, absolutely. We've never seen anything like this. So the company itself is the green line here, and their growth over 2023 was huge. You look at the blue line, that's our team. We're literally growing faster. We're part of the fastest growing team within the fastest growing company. So if you like being part of a high performance team and you like the idea of a community of winners and positive, motivated people, you'll love this team. We support each other. We bless each other. That's what we do. Men and I are both in ministry, and we do a lot of stuff with ministry and helping people. And if we can serve others, what a better way to serve others than to help them with their health and then help them also with their wealth. So how we make the money is pretty simple. The compensation plan really is very, very simple. There's 4 ways we make money. The first way is basically by you getting registered and actually building a team of people. And so what happens here is by just knowing 4 people, you can basically go what's they call manager. People are like, what's a manager? I don't want to be a manager. No, Trust me, this is just a title. It's not like you're now going to give it an assignment to go rule over some people. I mean, trust me, I know all about management. Anyway, so what's cool about this is that by you basically registering, now we basically build a right team and a left team. And when we build a right team, put just 2 people on the right, put 2 people on the left. This is the building block. So this is right here, the building block to teach people how to become successful. And we just duplicate that over and over and over and over, because what's going to happen is this person over here, say it's Bob and Sue. Bob and Sue say, hey, I'm interested in making money as well. And this person over here says, hey, I know my cousin's very interested in making money. Can we talk with him? And that's what happens. And so now just by doing this, you can make up to $1,500 a week. Not a month, a week. So I pause there real quick because I want you to understand it, because a lot of people go, wait a minute, what did you say? That's $6,000 a month that you can earn from just doing this. Now, it's going to take more than 4 to do that.
And-
That's a starting point.
And for South Africa, multiply that by the rand-dollar exchange.
Yeah,
rate.
which is like 19 to 1 right now. So figure, just make it easy, 20 to 1. Let's just do it that way. So if you take that, once again, that amount there, $1,500, that's 30,000 rand a week. Is that correct? Is it my number? I think I'm right with that number. So approximately about 28,000 rand, per week. So if you understand, this becomes very important because it's a position. What's great about this, you got people that are above you. So people like Annette, people like us, people that are part of the team, whoever brought you onto this, they will help you put people in. They will put in people underneath you, and those points all roll up. Once you find a manager on the right and a manager on the left, you're known as a director. You can make up to 2,500, and you continue making that over and over and over to the point where you can make up to $25,000 on this one of 4 ways that we make money. So basically the $25,000, that's not bad. $1.2 million a year. But what happens is these different levels you have, if you're not a manager, you can make up to $100 a week, which is fine. But again, for me, that's you buy the product. What happens, you get that money back. So you basically, product becomes free. Now, as a manager, you can start making some serious money. We've moved as a manager. Then we start helping managers, and we hit the director level by helping 2 managers. I love this. We got the lawnmower right outside our window here every week on Monday. It's too funny. So once again, once we helped 2 directors, we became a senior director. Once we helped the other people, we then start hitting the volume level. So we basically hit the 50,000 point level. Then we basically 6 weeks later, we hit the presidential. Our business doubled in 6 weeks because of momentum. We've never seen momentum like this. In fact, someone mentioned it. They said, this is hyper momentum, if you understand that. We just helped someone yesterday do the exact same thing and hit the presidential ranker. We'll talk about that in a minute. But again, our goal is to help everybody get a senior presidential director. Why? Because we're incentivized to do that. So the more successful you become, the more successful we become. I've had some people go, well, that sounds like a pyramid scheme. I said, actually, pyramids are illegal. So if you know that, there's a lot of crypto pyramids that are out there now, and they are truly illegal. This is legal, legit, in basically 80 countries around the world. It's a proven product. It works, patented, everything else. So there's nothing illegitimate. It's just, once again, or wrong about it. It's just about a matter of marketing. Instead of spending the traditional marketing dollars, they work it out by setting up a network where they can share the compensation with us. So again, you pick the amount, but for a lot of people, I tell people, if you can make an extra $1,000 a month, let's say 20,000 rand per month, would that make a difference in your life right now? I know for us, that made a big difference because our insurance here, just our homeowners insurance, went through the roof. I mean, if you understand, I mean, seriously, it's crazy. The gas prices, everything else. If you haven't noticed inflation, just go to the store and you'll be amazed at how expensive everything is now. It's groceries. Everything's very more expensive. What if we can help you make an extra 1,000 or an extra 20,000 rand per week? We're helping a lot of people do that. We can help you do the exact same thing, which is cool. So the second biggest thing that happens, and this is really the biggest way we make money, is called a matching bonus. If you don't think 1.3 million, if that's too much for you, they may not appreciate this, but I'm a big thinker. So when I saw this, I said, this is where you actually get compensated for helping other people succeed. So in this example, once again, by helping other people, I'll give you a real life example. For Men and I, we actually sponsored a lot of people, but we sponsored actually Annette's cousin, Josh and Paula. We actually sponsored them. And so whatever they're doing, when they started making $100 a week, we made $25 a week because we make 25% of them. And then what happens is that they make $200 a week, and then $500 a week, and then $1,000 a week. We start helping them make that kind of money. Well, what happens is that they've sponsored a bunch of people like Annette. We want to help Annette actually make as much money as possible. We want her to hit 25,000 because we get 20% of that. Josh would be very happy because he gets 25% of that. Annette, anybody she brings in, Dinah, now we get 20% of Dinah. So we want to help Dinah make as much money as possible. So we go to work to help them become successful. And what's crazy about this, there's people that are building on this level here. This part is capped. This is unlimited, and people are making over $100,000 US per week. Now, again, it's up to you. I say focus on the next goal. If we can help you make an even extra $100 a week, an extra $1,000 a week, if we can help you do whatever it is, a lot of people, even an extra couple $100 a week makes a massive difference. $1,000 a month, we help you make $250 a week, and we do that like popcorn. It's amazing when you got a product like this that helps a lot of people.
So the reason why we actually keep sharing is because of the testimonies.
Yes,
You know,
amazing.
like our friend Larry Prater,
Mhm,
who needed open heart surgery a year and a half ago.
mhm.
The doctors are saying, don't come back. We don't need to see you. He needed open heart surgery at age 50.
He was going back every 3 months, and they said that we're gonna test it, and 3 months, they said, your heart's improving. And
Then-
next, yeah,
Then our friend Dana,
mhm,
who had an open wound and they wanted to amputate her leg. No more. She has her leg. She doesn't, she dropped 12 of 14 medications. Those are the reasons why we keep talking to people, because we don't know who is praying for a solution to their pain,
mhm.
to their discomfort, to
Yep.
their child, to their mother's pain. We don't know, but there are people out there that are looking for a solution,
Yes.
and we can offer a solution. And then it's a blessing that David Schmidt chooses to bless us, because we are sharing
Yeah.
this product
Yeah.
with everyone around us.
We could never make money in the medical sense or all these different things. And we're not medical professionals, but we're marketers, and we're willing to talk to people. I call ourselves marketers. We're really not. We just love people. We want to help and serve people. I mean, we've heard so many testimonials. I mean, we can spend hours on this. One thing we do tell people is get your own testimony. Get started on X39 today. Start using the product. There's basically the retail price. And the retail price is basically $150 on the retail price, but we don't sell it at retail. We get it to everybody at wholesale, and there's different wholesale packages that we recommend. So the wholesale packages basically are where now you can actually, instead of paying retail $150 and get like 2 sleeves for $300, you can actually get it for $100 per sleeve. And a sleeve means there's 30 patches within a sleeve. So this is a 1 month supply. So I get a month supply, my wife gets a month supply. So our expense is $200 a month. That's it. Now that's, again, I was spending $400 to $500 a month on therapies and oils and all kinds of different things that I was basically doing just to basically get the pain to just, to subside, which I never was pain free, but just to reduce that pain level is pretty crazy. But what happens is some people say, I just want to try the product. We recommend getting a silver because it's almost like buy 2, get 1 free. You basically get 3 packs, so a 90-day supply. But if you're a husband and wife, that's a 1 month supply. And then we set you up with what they call an auto ship, or basically a monthly subscription, which is great. You want to use this product for at least 90 days. I'm sure that, Annette, talks to you all the time. They said the rule of thumb is for every decade that you're alive, you should literally be on this for 1 month supply for every decade of your life. So on me being 53, I should be on the product for 5 to 6 months to see the full effect. But a minimum of 90 days. They said the corporation said that if you understand how the body works, they said 80+% of people notice a difference within the first 30 days. 97% of the people notice something within 90 days. The product works. And we just tell people, if you do little things like, once again, drink water, get minerals, different things like that, it'll work even quicker. For people who say, I'm interested in making that extra money, how do I do that? We recommend starting at the gold level. Now you can start at silver and upgrade to gold, but what happens is you can make it the gold level. These are one-time packs. You buy this one time. So what happens at the gold, you have several other sleeves, so you get to start using it, and then you can start sharing with others. And we don't just give packs out. We don't just give patches out. We tell people, hey, if you want to get started, what we'll do is we'll actually lend you a sleeve, and then basically when yours comes in, just give us one of those back. So we got the diamond pack. We started the biggest pack. I said, man, we're going to impact a lot of people's lives. My wife was like going, we're going to make that money back quick, right? I said, yes, we're talking to a lot of people. 2.5 weeks later, we literally started exchanging back and forth with people. People got signed up, they got started. We sent up some diamonds, some gold, some other silvers to the people. And literally 2.5 weeks later, we made our money back. Our first month, we made over $2,800. Now we want to share this with the world. We literally, like David Schmidt's vision, he said, I want this in 1 billion households around the world.
And we're helping. We're
Yes.
all helping to do that.
Yeah.
Just quickly, the other reason for the diamond pack is because when you when you enroll at the silver or the gold
Mhm.
package, this will cost you $99.95, so $100 a month supply. But we saw that at the diamond pack was $84
Mhm.
per sleeve.
Yeah.
So we actually in effect got 3 of these for free with our diamond pack. And the other thing is we knew that we wanted to go out there and share with people. Our focus was people, getting this into the hands of people. And so we did not have to be concerned about the ordership aspect of it, which runs from the month that you get started to the second, third month thereafter. So if somebody gets started today, it will be August, September, October that you need to go on the ordership. And the reason for ordership, if you're asking, well, why do we need to be on an ordership, is because points
Start fluctuating,
start
flowing up.
So you introduce it to someone, the points on their package flow up to you. They introduce it, the points on their package. And those points are how you earn money on the binary cycle. So, you know, we didn't know all of this when we heard this for the first time. We're not expecting you to understand all of this, but we do want to tell you that this is blessing a lot of people around the world. We don't do this on our own. This is teamwork. The same way that we are blessed, we want everybody else to be blessed. And your product doesn't need to cost you every month. You make more money back covering your use, your product use, and more, so that you can be a blessing to people.
Yes. And so there's a video that actually, if you go to This Is It team and you go to compensation plan. So This Is It info is the information on the X39. It's got the studies, it's got the videos. We recommend watching the first 3 videos, but the compensation plan, there's 3 videos on there that talk about how the money's earned. Steve and Gina Merritt have made huge income in this industry, and they explained, they said, this is the best compensation plan they've ever seen. Another person, Danny McDaniel, the 3rd video down, goes into, if you're a detail person, watch that video. We always recommend that get back together with the person. It took me several times to look at it. I go, I never built a binary. I didn't understand how that worked. I went, after the light bulb went off, I'm like, oh my goodness, this is huge. We're going to be helping a ton of people. So the part we always recommend is doing that. We've got a system that we have in place where basically we just, you know, talk to people about the patches. We expose the X39 daily. We revisit and follow up people and then share the opportunity with people. So if you say, I like the idea of a system, it's as easy as talking to 3 people a day. That's what we do. I mean, I didn't have to quit my job, but after 14 months and to replace my income, I'm like, bye-bye, see you later. Hasta la vista. Literally, I mean, walked in the land of living, of freedom. If you like that idea, we have a strategy to help you do that. It's called talk to 3 people a day. That's it. I'm telling you, that's really what it is. It's pretty amazing. So
share it. Yeah.
Share it. Yes.
So the other thing is we do have a system, and you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. So this kind of thing, the Zoom, bringing your friends to this, you bring them, we'll show them. And so the team, Steve and Gina Merritt, have put together Zoom events for practically almost every evening during the day for Europe and South Africa. Australia also has a separate Zoom. And the thing is to plug into those, because that's how we learned.
Yep.
We learned by eyes on Zooms, and your team, the people that you talk to, eyes on Zooms. That is our training, and it's free. They've set it up. It's there for us.
Yes.
The other thing is they have a team training on a Saturday. Now that is, it's necessary, because if you are the kind of person that says, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to bless a ton of people, and I want to be able to take my children on vacation, you know, and not have to worry about the money. I don't want them to go to daycare, or I want to help my aging mom or my aging parents, whatever your why is, okay, you need to be on the training. If you feel this is something, I'd love to have another stream of income.
Yeah.
Your job maybe not making enough there for your month. So another stream and another stream on the side. Very simply, you just incorporate it into your day, into your life. And on a Saturday, 7 o'clock South African time, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard. I see Brad, a business coach, a good friend of ours, is on here. That would be 10 a.m. his time to jump on the Zooms and you know, just have your team train together.
Yeah.
You don't want to do it on your own, because we're not going to be broken telephone.
No, and there's a lot of mentorship in this. And that's one thing. And as Brad knows, he's a business coach. It costs a lot of money to get coaching, a lot of money for mentoring. This is included in the program, which is amazing. We're being mentored by the top people in the whole industry, and it was pretty awesome. So this is the people: Steve and Gina Merritt. We just had our meeting in Sarasota, St. Augustine. Lily is going to be coming up. They got another one in Orlando that's coming up. But the biggest thing that you want to understand is that they have a whole system behind the business, and they got the top leaders going to be doing what they call the Believe Convention in Orlando. This is coming up in the next couple of weeks. We're telling everybody, I don't care what you got going on, cancel what you're doing, go to this meeting. It will change your life. Literally, we're making a couple $1,000s a month in this business last year, basically in August when we went to the last convention that Annette was at, and literally we've like 10x that. So when you understand what can happen in the course of a year, it's pretty amazing. It hasn't been 12 months yet since we've been, and it's just growing by leaps and bounds. So we could go on and on and on about this, but what I want to do is really make you think about, because again, even for those internationally, you can jump on a virtual one, and you definitely want to, we want to talk to you more about that. But what you think about is if you're serious about your dreams. And again, there's a lot of people we know that I guarantee you have some challenges. We're going to challenge you to please talk with them. Talk with the people that you're working with. Say, will you mind talking to my family on behalf of me, or my friend or my neighbor or whatever it is? We'll do that. Because again, we're hope dealers, not dope dealers. We literally are helping people to have hope, because there's a lot of people that are hopeless out there. And so we want people to get started on the business today. So what we want to do is we're going to shift right now for a couple of things we want to share. But Annette, thank you so much for sharing. Diana, thank you so much for sharing. We want to share a couple other things, so I'm going to switch.
Yeah, just stay on, because we've got to share the incentive.
Yeah,
and
there's a couple incentives that we want to be able to share with you guys. Let me actually stop this first. There we go. And then, and the interesting part about this is that when you understand how awesome things are growing right now, it is absolutely phenomenal. I didn't want to share it like that. How do I do this real quick? Give me 1 second. Reduce this one down. So it's funny when you're switching PowerPoint presentations. Okay. So actually, no, let me do it this way. Sorry. Okay, there we go. Oh, so like 1 moment, please. Okay, there we go. So what's interesting about this is that we have actually a lot of things that we'd like talking to people about, but one thing we love doing is recognizing people. We have a whole system of onboarding. There's a video you're going to want to watch that talks about how to get onboarded between this is it info, this is a team, different things like that. But last week we had a blowout of just amazing thing that was going on. So we actually had, you want to explain this real quick? And then
so just quickly to backtrack, manager is you get started at the goal package or above, and you invite 2 people, 4 people, really, or help 4 people get registered in your business, but they must be silver or above, 2 on the left and 2 on the right. And then you're known as a manager. The next thing is to help 2 of those people
do the same thing,
to do this exactly the same as you, and to add 1 extra silver or above on the right and left. And then you're a director. So we, obviously you get recognized at these levels, and we want to applaud people as they go up the ranks. So we had a number of managers last week, one that just ranked while we were on a Zoom last night. And they're all in the States, William Botsford, Dr. Dennis Rodden, Rich Ortiz, Robin Foss, and Terry Kaiser. Now, a lot of you on here are already managers in the business and have hit the director level. So we applaud you guys and keep going up the ranks, because there are incentives for that. But then
I think we give ourselves a thumb down.
But then we
I think we were just that was funny.
Yeah.
That was very weird.
So
I think you were holding your hands. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
So the other thing is we do have another big announcement to make.
Yes. So what happens is that like I showed before, when you hit director, then you become senior director by having 2 directors. Then it's all volume based after that. So when you hit a executive director, that's 50,000 points. Then what happens when you hit the next level, that's known as presidential. That's the second highest level in the country. And so last night we were able to recognize brand new presidential directors, Josh and Paula Holdaway. So the reason we explain this to people, because again, I've been working with him for such a long time, helping him out. We're just on the phone early this morning, and he's so excited about where the business is going. We're now helping the people on their team get executive done and becoming presidential directors. And guess what? If you say, hey, we really want to build this, you're next. We're going to help you do that because that's what we did. We all worked together as a team, helping people develop businesses. We're now, they're creating a nice six-figure income in less than a year. He started July 1st, and on June 30th, they hit this level here. They're the second highest rank within the company, now making a very significant six-figure income. So if you understand what can happen from a business standpoint, is pretty awesome. So I mentioned before about the wake-up calls. We had a meeting here in Sarasota. It was a packed house. I'm not going to belabor this, but it was just so much fun. You might recognize this young lady here who basically just did the meeting with us today. So she was there, had a bunch of new people there that actually got registered, which is very, very cool. The Believe Convention, I mentioned about that. Well, we want to talk about, there's different trips. There's two different trips that basically, for those who are on here, Punta Cana is one of the main trips for people in the United States, Canada, and Canada, Mexico. So North America, Puerto Rico too, can go to actually the Dominican Republic. For those that are in South Africa and Europe, there's an incentive trip for the next 2 months. You can qualify in the next 2 months to go actually in November to Marrakesh, Morocco. You're going to want to get together with the people that basically, I brought you on here. They can talk to you about how you can earn a free trip. We have gotten 4 free trips so far this year. We just qualified for a Greek cruise. We're going to be qualified for this. We had our thing filled out. We're already qualified basically for this trip already, which is pretty amazing. So all it is basically doing some basic things, and they have all these incentives. The last incentive, and this is just pictures of the Hard Rock Casino Hotel, but I got the pictures of Marrakesh, Morocco, but there's a tracker. This one basically has Punta Cana on it, but again, there's one that for Marrakesh is the exact same tracker that you can actually track yourself on how to do that. You're going to want to get together with us. There's a video that explains how this works. We'll talk more about this, but there's one other incentive. I didn't get a chance to go. Let me go through this real quick. Sorry. There's one other incentive we want to share, and then we're gonna wrap up. Josh also said, he goes, what I want to do is then incentivize people to actually do some basic things. And so what we want to let people know, because we got some people that are on our team, so we got some new people that are on here, but we put together basically what they call basically the gold rush.
So we'd like for you to take a note of these dates. For those of you that are on here, please note that the gold rush promo started on the 10th of June and it ends on the 13th of July, 5 weeks.
2 weeks left.
So and please, you need to also just verify with us, because we know that there's a way that we can check. But if you signed up a new gold or a new diamond during those periods, 10 June to 13 July, a new gold gives you 2 tickets. A new diamond will give you 4 tickets. We want you to help your team. Those of you who team leaders here, we want you to work with your team and send us the names and the number of tickets for every person that signed up a new gold or a new diamond. And we will verify that, because your names, your tickets, no matter how many tickets you can have 1, you can have 10. They're going to go into a draw, and then we are going to draw for a cash prize. There is one winner. Even if you sign your gold on the last day and you put your 2 tickets in, anybody can win. So it's not the most tickets wins. It's anybody who will sign up a new gold or a new diamond, no upgrades. So if you're upgrading someone from gold to diamond, that doesn't count. If you're upgrading someone from silver to gold, that doesn't count. Just new enrollments, gold and diamond.
Yeah. And so what that means is that we're going to basically putting together for us, basically, we're going to be spinning a wheel. Josh is going to have his own team. He's giving $500 away. And anyone that's outside of Josh's team, we're doing that for those people. So if you say, well, this is Josh's promotion. No, we are doing the same promotion. So we're giving away $500 and Josh is doing the same thing for his team. We're going to spin a wheel and Lily pick someone's name.
Even though we one team, we are 2 different leaders, and we're choosing to do this as a big, especially for obviously all our members from South Africa and Europe, we want everybody to participate.
Yeah. And so the last thing I want to share with you, and I'm going to basically back this up real quick, because I want to share something real quick, that when you talk about a 10-step system, we have a system for success. The number one thing that we have on our system. So when you go to the This Is It team, you'll see there's different things on top. And if you go to the 10-step system, the number one thing is determine your why. And again, I wish I could spend an hour on this, because again, it makes a huge difference for a lot of people right now. They're running, they say, you know what, I need to make some extra money. Some people say, I need to I want to help some other people. For us, it was a combination of both. When I realized that I could create enough income that I could replace my job, it was off to the races. It was not a good place to be where I was at, and I didn't really enjoy it anymore. I was very good at what I did in digital marketing, but it was not what I enjoyed anymore. So I had a big why. So we said, you know what, we're just going to help as many people as we can, took our eyes off ourselves and focused on helping other people, and it happened. So the biggest thing today that I want you to think about is, what is your why? What is your dream? What is that you want to accomplish? Because once again, we're literally taking our time, our energy, our resources. The team is doing that. Steve and Gene and all the people we're working with, whoever's team you're part of, will help you to accomplish anything that you want. So the best part about this is that the more we help you succeed, the more we succeed. Our goal, like I said, I'm being very serious. We want to help Annette make $25,000 a week, and she's going to do it. I'm telling you right now. Same thing with Dinah. We're going to help her do the exact same thing because they love people. They want to share with people. And I could pick on other people. I could pick on Jim and a lot of other people that are around here right now. Miss Ida will help you do the same thing. And so we don't want to leave anyone right. Yeah. And Elisa and Rob and everybody, we can go on and on and on and on. Maxime. I mean, it's like, I was just talking to him the other day and he says like, I want to help people. I said, we're going to help a lot of people around the world. And so the one thing I want you to think about more than anything else is we pray for divine appointments. We pray for people to be a blessing to them. We ask the Lord to speak through us so that we can help other people. If that's your heart, then you're going to be part of the right team. If there's a lot of selfish people that are out there, that's not going to be a person that's going to last long on our team, because we're all about being servant leaders and we want to help other people. So again, we're praying for you. There's a lot of great things going on. We're actually got some other meetings we've recorded that we're going to send you the links to those things. Definitely watch them because a lot of great things happening, but things are happening like at an increased pace, and we want that to happen for everybody here. We got a lot of great leaders on here, a lot of new people that are on here. We want to help you do the exact same thing. So besides that, I was going to leave it to you. Do you have anything else you want to share?
I'm done.
Okay, so God bless you guys. We went a little bit over, obviously. Our goal is to do a little more of a training. We're probably gonna be about 20-minute training after the meeting, but we're gonna break it up into 3 different parts: the product introductory, the business itself, and then obviously a team training. So we're probably gonna incorporate other things into that as well. But God bless you guys. We're just super excited for all of you. Whatever we can do to help you grow, let us know. We're here to bless you as much as we can. So God bless you. Thank you, Annette, again. Thank you again, Dinah, for sharing. We appreciate all of you guys, and we're gonna rock this thing and help as many people as we can. So God bless you guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. Talk to you soon. Bless you guys. Bye.